In her recent book, Autocracy, Inc., Pulitzer Prize winner Anne Applebaum argues that all these various dictators of every ideological stripe, they all end up supporting and praising each other and helping each other because of mutual interest. Because no matter what they are like individually, or no matter what the system of government is there in their country, whether they're left-wing dictators or right-wing dictators or just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs dictators who think they're gods on earth, they all have a mutual interest in doing what they can to denigrate and discredit democracy. They all have an interest in making sure that the people, wherever they are, don't get any big dreams or big ideas about rising up and replacing authoritarian systems with some other more democratic form of government. They all mutually, no matter what else you can say about them, they all want to stay in power. They want to accumulate as much wealth as possible and keep it for themselves and their families, and they want to rule for life. They all have that in common, and so they formed kind of a club. They admire each other's tactics in repressing their own people and the opposition and the judiciary and the press. They not only admire each other's tactics, they copy each other's tactics. They support each other in doing those kinds of tactics whenever they can. And they support each other around the world. So Russia gives money to Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. And Xi Jinping sends a love note to Kim Jong-un today on his country's birthday. And Zimbabwe and Cuba vote in the UN in favor of Russia taking Crimea from Ukraine. Why do you care? And Viktor Orban in Hungary tries to stop Europe from helping Ukraine defend itself when it was invaded by Russia. And China helps Russia wage that war. And Iran and North Korea send them weapons. And what is the connection between all these very different kinds of countries all over the world? Those are all very different kinds of countries, but they are all led by rulers who are all interested in staying in power for life and making sure that the people of those countries never rise up against the strongman form of leadership that keeps them under the boot. So whatever differences may exist between them, whether they're communist or fascist, whether they're theocratic or they worship as a god on earth a short, ovoid man with a terrible haircut who loves ham and cognac. I mean, they're all united. No matter what else you can say about how different they are, they're all united in wanting to do all they can to denigrate and discredit democracy everywhere it exists, particularly the United States of America, which should not and cannot serve as a beacon for the world to aspire to democratic change. They want no one anywhere to think it is possible, let alone desirable, to throw a strong man out. At the Democratic National Convention a few weeks ago, in her speech accepting the Democratic Party's presidential nomination, Vice President Kamala Harris tried to explain the phenomenon like this.
And know this, I will never hesitate to take whatever action is necessary to defend our forces and our interests against Iran and Iran-backed terrorists. I will not cozy up to tyrants and dictators like Kim Jong-un who are rooting for Trump, Because, you know, they know he is easy to manipulate with flattery and favors. They know Trump won't hold autocrats accountable because he wants to be an autocrat himself.
Because he wants to be an autocrat himself.